mentioned speed watch. Are we confusing speed watch with SAM 2? SAM 2 reports the council have always agreed to put up. There are no speed watch reports.
SAM 2 reports.
Right, okay.
Thanks for clearing that up, Keith. I understood it as SAM 2, but obviously it's been called, so yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair. I'd like to say we're still waiting for a track line sign to go up, and that's been for the last 3 or 4 years. Still no centre line on Town Road and Rollsby Road on the bend. Still no centre line on Rollsby Road, Tower Road Junction.
Well, I know that they were reported, definitely reported both,
They've been reported for
but
years.
nothing's happened. Yeah, well, obviously, yeah.
I mean, track line sign, I mean, it should be there.
Okay.
And that went missing years ago.
Okay, that's fair enough. As a parish council, they've been reported to highways, I'm assuming. And at some point, I don't remember exactly when that was, but there was a case number for it, for both of those at some point. So, I don't believe reporting them again at the moment. We usually need to see what the case is, I suppose.
Yeah, I can look at where they are. The Tretz Lane sign will be the Borough Council, should be a Borough Council. So, yeah, I'll look into that one.
Okay.
So, can I just check those locations? So, did you say on Tower Road and on Rollsby Road?
Yeah, centre lines on Town Road and
Town
Rollsby
Road.
Road Bend,
Yeah.
the old post office bend. And on Rollsby Road, at the Tower Road Junction, on Rollsby Road. I mean, there's got to be something happening there, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of narrow ones.
Okay, thank you. So any other questions?
And the hedge on Methodist Church.
Wesleyan Chapel.
I mean, Andy ripped half the hedge out and put a fence up, yet you can't get it cut. That's ridiculous.
Are you talking about the chapel, the overhanging hedges?
The old Methodist Church.
That's one of the ones that I wrote a letter to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's single-file traffic and has been there for years. I mean, we used to cut.
We don't know who the owner is.
We've done an action. We've wrote a letter to, and we're waiting.
Yeah, I mean, all the hedges in Tower Road have been cut by the Borough Councillor, and I mean, without any permissions whatsoever, because I mean, half of them belong to Tradewell, the other half belong to Allard, another one belong to Person.
Okay, but we can't cut that ourselves. Parish Council can't cut it. It's a private property. No, we can't.
If that's a highway hazard, the Parish Council
we
can
have to
go
report.
get it cut.
Okay, we report it, and then highways. Well, the letter goes to the property, then that goes on to highways, and it's dealt with in that respect. We can't do anything on that.
Well, the owner will let you cut it.
We haven't got anything in writing. Sorry, okay.
Well, really been asking then.
I don't know who he is.
This has been quite a few meetings where this
Yeah,
conversation has had.
I mean,
we have reported it.
single-file traffic there for 3 years?
I agree it's a problem, but we have reported it. There's no more we can do. We can only chase it and report it. We can't do it.
Well, get Casey on cut it.
But you're being. Do you understand? We can't do it, but we are reporting it to get it done, and it has been
If the
quite a
highway
few times.
hazard, you can get it cut.
Okay.
I've written to the householder, or the owner of the hedge, and I've copied it to highways. Highways have the power of enforcement. Parish Council don't, so it's for highways to enforce it. And usually they have to give a period of time for the owner to deal with the problem, a reasonable period of time, and then they can take powers
Have
of
you spoken to
enforcement.
the owner or just written
I've
to
sent a
him?
letter to the owner. It needs to be in writing rather than
I
spoken.
mean, he actually gave us permission to cut.
Okay, Frank, I'm going to move this on. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, we know.
We don't have
nothing, but the Parish Council's getting nothing done, are we? Nothing.
Excuse me. We don't have anything in writing, and we are doing it the correct way. Okay, so I'm afraid until it's done the correct way, it won't happen, and not by the Parish Council. Not by the Parish Council. It won't. Okay. So we're going to move on. Is there any other questions? It is an issue. And
I've got other questions, but you'll just tell you we can't divulge that information, so that's one.
That's your prerogative.
Pardon?
That's your prerogative.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Well, all right. And what's the hourly rate for the parish clerk?
Sorry?
What's the hourly rate for the parish clerk?
Here we go.
It's confidential
Confidential
information.
is
Yeah,
GDPR.
confidential information, that's what I said. So you wouldn't close it.
It's unreasonable to expect my salary and my employment details to be in the public. I
Well,
mean, you can see,
all
you can
I'm
see what my
looking at
salary
is
details are in
Fleggburgh,
the...
Let the lady reply.
Pardon?
Let the lady reply. Don't overtalk her.
I was listening to her.
But you overtalked her, Frank.
No, well, I was just listening.
You'll see what the salary details are when the annual return is published. I mean, it's fairly obvious what the salary details are because there is only one employee. So, as you know, that is published each year. So, But my terms
just seemed
of
very high, that was all. I mean, me looking at about 600, not over 600 quid. And Philippines was about 300
Okay. Right.
for the same clerk.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
No, it's pointless.
Okay. We're going to move on. Thank you. Just checking if county councillor is in the room. Apologies if Vision's not telling me that. He's not, is it Andy?
No.
Okay, sorry, apologies. And can I invite Borough Councillor and Adrian Thompson?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to clarify a couple of points. The first one was the SAM 2 side. Sorry, the reason that it clicked on the field register, if you remember when we first bought a sign, we shared it. So I think that's why that happened. The problem that we just have to be this time. In reference to the Treps Lane sign, that was requested at the same time as the Silver Street and the 3 down at the triangle there. They're now in. So I'll speak to Paul. That's Paul Houghton. I'll speak to Paul Houghton to see where the Treps Lane sign is. Do you want to follow up the clerk or?
we can follow it up between us if you wish. Yeah, that
But it should have been at the same time as the 3 down there. You mentioned the hedge has been cut down Town Road and outside Orchard Way and outside Tubbers. I mean, we had a drive through the same field. We had a drive through with Charles Wharton's Fawn, and I don't think how far these hedges are out, and that is causing a problem. So Wharton's got them all cut. Reference to flooding, we've had a couple of areas in Rogues Lane has been bad, as you know. Same at the bottom of Pound Lane. I just like to record it in the minutes. Thanks to Sean Kelly and Peter Alger and Peter Flado, because they've done the work and they've sorted the problem out. I mean, Sean has dug a dike just inside Broad Farm and cleared the dike and cleared the flood there. And Peter and the 2 people who worked down at the corner of Silver Street and sorted that one out. So I was disappointed with Norfolk County Council's response. I mean, the response I got was A, we had a lot of rain, B, Timberland Field was higher in the road, B and C, Norton's being flooded. And I got it in writing and we look at it in 25, 26. Now that's not really what I expect really. So I'm very, very happy, and I have wrote a letter of thanks to them. In fact, we minted in the parish meeting that thanks to those 3 people. Now, reference to the borough plan, the development takes place between 2030 and 41. That's out to public consultation today. That's out as the 13th of March until the 8th of May for public consultation. From a Fleggburgh point of view, the 4 sites which were potentially going to be developed, which was behind St Margaret's Way, behind the church, and 2 down, 1 behind Rye Gardens and opposite Rye Gardens, none of those are included in the borough plan going forward. But I must stress this is the first draft, and public and people can comment on this, and that will then be looked at again by the committee, which I'm fortunate enough to sit on. But at this stage, none of the 4 sites which were proposed for development in Fleggburgh are included. And the one on Tar Road has been limited now to 20 houses, with 25% of those to be first-time stroke affordable. So 20 houses at this stage 25% of them affordable. As a part of probably where you've been successful in your parish partnership bid for 2 gateway signs at Millsbury Road, which is good news. We've got 2 going in there and 2 going on Ormsby Lane at Filby. And obviously you can see the progress of the pedestrian crossing. I was hoping Andy was going to be here tonight, obviously he had problems getting anywhere before it. But the work which the Parish Council and the Village Hall Committee have done, as you can see over here, you secured your 200 tonne of planings to hopefully extend this car park. We've done some work on the car park at Filby. I didn't realise the cost of this stuff. Now we've had 20 tonne type 1 tipped at the school car park. The Parish Council look after that. That's £30 a tonne now. I didn't realise that was much as them. So hopefully this will help you create extend it. And this the extension of the car park here will not only benefit everyone, benefit the school, benefit the village hall, benefit the pub, benefit everyone. So that's a real plus. With the pedestrian crossing, the only comments I've had, and I totally agree with this, is the path finishes at the cemetery and don't go up to the bus stop. That was never in the plan. The idea was to link the 2 paths together. But looking ahead, from a parish council point of view, that might be something we look at next year's parish partnership, or ask if we can have it done in between. A little bit of, even if it's just a troll or whatever, but to allow people to walk from the pedestrian crossing to the bus stop on this side of the road would be ideal. Especially second week in April, we confirmed now that the Saturday service is now starting, the second week in April. 5 buses a day to Yarmouth, 4 buses a day to Norwich, and they've timed it so we can pick up in Fleggburgh at 12:30, and we return from Norwich at 5:00, so we can pick up the Norwich home games. Which will be quite good. So yeah, things are moving nicely, and yeah, bit of disruption was packed with the pedestrian crossing, but that will certainly be worth it. And all credit to the Parish Council for seeing that through. One of the first things we talked about was 2019, and we talked a bit about 2019, and here we are today, nearly finished. So that's all credit to you, really.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Adrian. I'll touch on it more later, but going back to the connection between the bus stop and the pavement, I've got a little part on the pedestrian crossing later, but I do think as a Parish Council it would be worth investigating further, because at the moment we've been told that it's drainage and possible carriageway flooding if there's a curb or pavement put in.
Because it's a big dip outside.
That's where that is. So this is a case of investigating for a solution to be able to connect, because I do think that's a miss on highways, and we were always told it weren't part, but I still feel that it's something we might be able to do.
That's right.
Okay, moving on to item 6. To approve the minutes of the last meeting held on Wednesday, the 10th of January 2024. Everyone read the minutes?
Yes. So,
All good. No comments. Yeah, I propose we accept them.
In favour? Okay, item 7. Matters arising from the minutes, not elsewhere on the agenda. So item A was a discussion with PCC regarding future maintenance of churchyards if the concurrent functions are removed. Okay, so I have spoken with the LCC, which is PCC for the church, and sent an email as well to start a discussion regarding concurrent function for the burial grounds being removed next year, and that we need to have a meeting to discuss finances for the future of these works. The church will come back to us after their meeting in April, and I have asked for a timetable deadline, or time frame deadline really, for a solution by September 2024. So basically we can go into the new budget year with an actual plan. Is everybody happy with the approach and
Yes.
on that item?
Yes, because you can't do anything without discussing it. with the
Yeah,
planning.
that's
It's not
exactly
just
it.
all go on.
And also, this is also basically, we don't, it doesn't mean we just cut and dry. This is a case of we do what can to help and have discussions to see what the next step is. Okay, so everyone's happy with that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the next step is you're waiting for them to respond after their April meeting.
That's right,
Yes.
yeah. And they have an email to respond to.
Yeah.
And so that is it for the moment. Yeah. And the timeline I have is agreed that the timeline is suitable for September. It then gives they've got time to consider what's happening from those discussions and those meetings for the budget for November. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Have discussions also been happening with regards to the village hall?
Email been sent?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We probably need to open that discussion with them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The email needs to be sent as part of it, but it's the same process, same process for the village hall as well, regarding the landfill.
Respond.
Okay, item 8, correspondence. Item 8A, email from resident regarding, my apologies, pond at Pipperstraw Close and overhanging hedges opposite Raspberry Road and Tower Road Junction.
That's been done today.
I know, yeah,
And all cleared up.
that's it. So
That's the overhang at Rosebery
so the overhanging hedge started this morning and I'm assuming it's finished at the end of the day.
Yes,
But they worked on it all day, so that has been certain. And the pavement was impassable.
It was.
So that's passable, it's been taken right back, and as far as I understand, that I could see, it had been taken down as well, lower.
Huge improvement.
Visually for traffic as well. I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's correspondence come in, that's, the action's already been actioned and dealt with and done.
Yeah.
And thank you, Catherine, for sending the letter to start that process. And the the Pipperstraw pit, the drainage. So I've spoken to, my apologies, is John in the room?
Yeah.
Yes.
John Clark, sorry,
Yes,
apologies,
on
John.
the left.
So I spoke to John Clark regarding this issue, and he will report back to the Pipperstraw management team company and see what can be done regarding the safety around the drainage pits.
Can I speak, Mr. Chairman?
On this, yes.
We would need an email for response, so I can put it to the next meeting we have. We haven't had an email on this matter,
Right.
just a
Okay.
verbal communication.
That's my fault, John. I apologise because I emailed you regarding the church. I thought
Yes.
I'd done both.
Yes.
My apologies. So, is it okay with you? Yeah. Okay.
It might be worth asking them to look at not just where the trees are, which floods up, but also the... Now, I called it a pond a couple of years ago, but it's not a pond.
This is what this is.
It's a...
They're the drainage pits.
That's it.
Yeah, this is what this is. Basically, we've had the correspondence
Right.
that's come in is regarding a concern for children's safety around those pits when they're full. Because there are photos on the
Yes, I
email
saw
sent in.
them.
When it's flooding, they are very high.
Yes,
And obviously they are, it's private land, but at the same time you have a public footpath all the way around. And
I'm talking...
children being children, they can.
Yes, I'm talking about the one next to the road as well.
The pit.
The pit, is that what it's called?
That's
Same thing.
that's
No,
the
it
same.
isn't.
No, well, no,
The
it's
ponds are at the back,
yeah. The pond.
where the trees are. There's two dips, and they planted trees, and they nearly all died because they were...
They're retention ponds, the two you're talking about are water
Yeah,
retention
talking about-
ponds.
Yeah,
That's
The
a
other
pit.
thing you're referring to, are people calling pit, I used to call drainage dikes.
Right,
That's
that's
the
a
other
pit.
things you're referring
It's
to.
all-
well, the drainage dike needs some work doing on it as well.
Mr Chairman,
If
permission to speak for a second.
if that could be also mentioned at the
Could you
same
put it
time.
in your email and I'll
Yes,
respond
please.
to you?
Yes, could you do that? Because people have complained to me about the state of it.
Okay, we'll send that email to you.
Yes.
Thank you, John.
Mr Chairman,
Is it regarding this item, Fran?
that's, the pit is the responsibility really of the management of Fleggburghs.
Yes, we know that.
Okay, that's
What
not
I
you.
want was cleaning out. If that was cleaned out, that would take up more water, wouldn't it?
Okay. We'll send. We'll
We're going to email them.
So we start this conversation. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're moving on. Item 8B, email from Fleggburgh Parish Council regarding junction of New Road, A1064. Has everyone read this? I'm a little unclear with where our position with this was. Apologies, I didn't read it as I read it at last minute, so.
Where's the junction of the new road?
Yeah, so where the white railings are,
Where's this?
so just before April Bridge, it technically falls into Fleggburgh Parish, which is
That's
why
right, yes.
Stokesby
I know what you
is
mean.
speaking to yourselves about it rather than going direct. Well, they have gone direct to highways, but obviously because it's in the parish of Fleggburgh, then you know.
So as far as I understood on that email, that the works are being done or waiting to be done, and the inspector's got to go back to check.
The works are completed,
Right,
and they're
so-
satisfied that they're going to see how long, or see whether there's any further issues arising, and whether it's improved the safety of the junction.
Right.
There is a railing that has been knocked over for quite some time. That needs to be reinstated. The bridges team are aware of it, and we'll sort that out. But yeah, it's just kind of they just wanted to make you aware of that. That they were concerned about it, because when you get larger vehicles coming out of that junction onto the A1064, obviously they have to pull out into the opposite road.
Yes.
Opposite side of the road, and sometimes traffic can come over April Bridge at quite a speed.
Oh, yes.
So that was where the concern was, mainly with larger vehicles, farm traffic especially, which is by its nature slower. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
so at this time, there's no action, but we may need to look at this once the
Yeah.
works are completed.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no action for us, this is information for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, under correspondence, I'd like to just confirm that there's some late correspondence that I'd like to enter into correspondence, so the information's out there. That's okay? So one late correspondence that didn't make the agenda is regarding dog mess around the village. There's dog mess and bags as well on the pavement, and it's becoming an issue again. As we've seen it before, it's becoming an issue again, particularly through the FP6 path and the pavements around, and also a lot of reports from the school run, the path along, obviously the path along to the school at the back here as well. As Parish Council, a solution, we could look for a solution, but what we can really only do is raise awareness and put something out that can just encourage people to use the bins. But this is a correspondence, we can't make a decision on anything on it, but we can put it onto the next agenda and have a suggestion. There may be some solutions that we could put together, maybe something like putting extra dog bins and
Well, we've got
signage.
plenty of dog bins, haven't we? Because it came up so fast.
But there may be a case for more, and there may be a case for some. So on the correspondence, as it's correspondence, we can't make a decision.
No.
We can talk about it and put it onto the agenda and get something done.
Yeah.
The school, maybe the kids could do some posters.
That's not a bad shout.
It's just to have a bit of an awareness.
An awareness campaign would be a good idea. I have got to say, I have spoken to Village Hall as well, and they're keen to work with us to make signage as well. But as again, we
could work together.
We work together.
Yeah.
Mr Chairman, there is a sign over there saying no dogs allowed on the playing field.
on the playing field, but I'm talking about more as in
Public
a
footpaths.
public footpaths around.
You're talking about the
footpaths as well.
footpath on the side, aren't you?
That one there,
To the school, yeah.
it's all public footpaths that are regularly used.
Playing field, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not just the village hall. We're talking about the campaign as it's not just the playing field and it's not just that path. It's
No,
the whole
but that was an
parish.
issue because the child picked up the dog and
So we need to look at a solution.
Would
But
you like me to ask Jackie to put something on the pages tomorrow?
I believe something's already gone up.
I will never know.
So if that will be okay, yeah.
One of my other councils, actually, we met last night, they suggested that we could put up signs that actually direct people to the nearest dog bin. So rather than that they have just don't know where they are, you know, at the key points that are a problem, you know, your nearest dog bin is.
Like a map, maybe,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that might encourage
The
people
thing is, the dogs can read, but the owners can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was one late one. So we're happy to
Yes.
put that on the next agenda for
Yes.
discussion and actions of what we can do, solutions together for that.
Yeah, very much so.
Perhaps councillors should buy a bin.
Just
Okay, can I ask if it's okay to put I believe there's 2, maybe 3 actually, late correspondence today?
Yeah.
Into the domain, as they say, into
Yeah.
correspondence domain. Now I haven't got them on my thing at the moment, but I'm just going to remember that it's the local plan we got late. It missed the agenda because it was only today we got it, but we got the local plan consultation and the levy.
Yeah, community infrastructure levy, they're consulting on that as well.
Whilst we can't have on the agenda and making a decision on what we're doing, we can just say that we would like to put the information on our website that we've received so that everybody gets the early dates. As Adrian said in his speech earlier, it starts today, so if we're waiting till our next meeting for the information to be out there for people, it cuts down the time people have got time to actually comment and do what they want to do. So, my apologies. And the same with the levy that I've got on as well. My apologies, I think there was a third one, I can't remember what it was.
A47 closures
That's what it was, yes. Which is from 18th, is it?
from Monday, yes.
Yeah, me too.
Can't remember the exact details, but
So
yeah.
there's also road closure in the A47 from the 18th. We've only just got that. I think that was late this afternoon. No, early this afternoon. So that will also go up if that's okay on our website for information. We'll share that across Facebook so people know. Is that it?
Yeah, so regarding those 2 consultations, do you want to discuss them at the annual parish meeting so that residents can have an opportunity to comment on them, and then when do you want to take them to the parish council to formulate your comments?
We have the meeting on the 10th, is it? The local plan meeting.
The seminar, yeah.
Seminar's the 10th
Yeah.
of April.
Yeah.
It would be poignant to do once we've been, because that's what happened last time I went. We come back with information and the map. And when we had the information then, so to formulate, if you like, would be after that time, which would be after is it the 17th?
So yeah, the annual parish meeting is on the 17th, and then we have got the next parish council meeting on Tuesday the 7th of May, and the consultation closes on Wednesday the 8th. Which is why I'm wondering whether that's pertinent to bring it forward, maybe have a single item agenda after the annual parish meeting to kind of agree your response. But that would be a good opportunity for parishioners to actually bring their views to it as well. At the annual parish meeting, yeah.
And this parishioners will be able to comment independently with access to on the website.
It's the same procedure as we did last February.
Yeah.
So we have
Yes.
a meeting to give all the information,
Mm.
and then it's down to
Yes.
parishioners to put their comments on.
Because we had
And we
times
can-
here, didn't we?
That's right,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And we can calculate our response
Yeah.
Yeah.
based on collating
Yes.
from the parish. So yeah, same as before.
Mm.
But this
May-
again,
May I speak,
Um,
please?
is it regarding this issue?
It is. It's regarding exactly what you just spoke about. To have a meeting after the annual public meeting, parishioners, what do you call it, annual
Annual
parish meeting,
Yeah.
would mean the annual parish meeting may be shortened. The annual parish meeting should not finish until all parishioners have had their questions answered, or they've discussed their questions. By putting a meeting, an agended meeting, after that, means that that public meeting may be restricted.
I can't see why it would be restricted.
What time have you got to have your agended meeting?
So the agended meeting would be advertised as on the rise of the annual parish meeting.
I beg your pardon, Catherine?
On the rise of the annual
On
parish
the
meeting.
rise?
Yes.
What does that mean, the
That
rise
means
of?
that when the annual parish meeting finishes, the parish council meeting
So
starts.
it would not have a definite start time?
It would be at the conclusion of the annual parish
And
meeting.
that would be fine then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that's all the correspondence.
Yeah.
Election, yeah. And we're happy to put them on both website and Facebook.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Actually, we need a notice board, would it? We'll be able to, because it's not a
We
decision
would
made, is
be
it?
able to comment.
We can advertise that it is. Hopefully, the Borough Council might come out with some form of posters advertising these consultations.
They do usually.
yes.
Last time.
Yeah, let's see what they come out
Yeah.
with, and I'll email them to prompt them to ask for that. But yes, it should go on the notice
So
boards
we've
as
got
well,
something for
definitely.
notice boards, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so moving on. Item 9, planning. No new applications. Applications considered between meetings, none. And decisions. Now, do I need to read these out, or they?
No, they're presented on the agenda.
They're presented
so-
on the agenda, yeah. If there is details that people like, it is on the agenda, and then the agenda is on the website. Okay. Apologies, I just touched the screen, it's gone crazy. So we're on to item 7, apologies, I've got the screen's
No,
moved.
fine, I see it there.
That's it, okay. Okay, so we move on to item 10. Finance. 10A, financial update. That's the bank reconciliation and to know receipts since last meeting. Okay. Everyone else, is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, I can propose.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't mind, I just give you a opportunity.
Sorry, dear.
Okay, so there's no reason not to approve those. On to item B, 10B, to agree opening the opening of a deposit account with Unity Trust Bank.
I thought that was already
No, we've got the
We've got the current
we've got
account.
the current account. This
Ah,
is the
right.
deposit account.
This is to close the Lloyd's investment account, yeah?
We do need to do that as well, yes, but this is mainly because obviously with Lloyds we had a current and a deposit account. With Unity, you want a deposit and a current account because you want your money to earn interest as far as
Yes.
it can. So actually, we do need to, I assume with the Lloyds deposit account, when we go into the Unity deposit account, would that be your view at the moment? Because at the moment Lloyds is paying 2.6% interest and Unity is paying 2.75% interest, so actually you'd get more interest anyway. But yes, you're right, we do need to close that account, we're not supposed to have it now.
And that's a deposit account, is it?
Yes.
That's the
Yeah,
deposit.
that's an instant access.
Right.
Yeah.
I propose we open that account?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Sorry?
Yes,
You
we
got a second?
did.
Yes.
yeah, second it.
All in favour?
Yes.
Are you happy for me to give notice on the 32-day account and draw that into the deposit account?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the best option, isn't it?
Let's see.
Okay, I was just giving.
Oh, sorry.
I'll just give it for a moment. Okay, moving on to item 10C. To agree payments of clerk's salary by standing order and HMRC by direct debit.
Yes.
I propose we do that, yeah?
A second? I'll second that. All in favour?
Will it not up till every month?
Sorry?
Yeah, no, that's right, yes. Sorry, I'm just having a think to myself.
Okay, on to 10D, to agree to add Councillor Keith Osborne as a signatory to Unity Trust Bank.
Yes,
Makes sense.
yes. I'll
Yeah.
propose that.
Okay, yes.
Yes,
Second
I'll
it, yes.
second it.
It's like you were right there.
Are
I'm agreeing it.
you happy to do that?
We know.
Are you sure?
Are you sure you're happy to
Are
do
you sure?
Give me a moment.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
feeling.
Yeah. Okay, it just makes sense because then we've got more.
Yes. Well, as there's only 4 of us, it does make sense.
And on to 10E, to consider or note payment of the following. So that's all the payments for this month, yeah? Or the payments, I should say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
And actually, on there, we haven't got it on the, I don't believe we have it on there as an item, but obviously the payment for the gate is on there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
It's on the second page.
Yeah.
Okay, and at this point, I know it's not what we're doing to agree this, but I'd just like to thank Keith for organising
Yeah.
and getting that done.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Will all these payments be by backs, Catherine?
Yes.
In that case, I propose we accept all those.
Can I just ask about does anybody know what it is?
Yes,
Can you tell me?
it's the recycling. It's the
We have to pay
recycling.
for it.
It's the last one, isn't it?
Yes.
It's agreed with the visual, that's the
Yes,
last
I
one.
know, but who are them?
They're
We
the
don't
people
know.
who collect the waste, who collect the glass. So we pay them and then we reclaim the recycling credits, and obviously that finished on the 31st of December.
Sorry, can you say that again?
That's all right. So we pay URM to collect the glass, and then we reclaim the recycling credits from Norfolk County Council. And obviously that arrangement finished on the 31st of
Yeah.
December, as it was handed over to the village
That's
on the
right,
1st of
yes.
January.
So we still have that
That's the
one.
final bill.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
That's
so-
all I wanted to ask.
I have a second, sorry, I'll second that. All in favour?
Yes?
Okay. Moving on to item 11, highways. Item 11A is the potholes. I did make a note on the agenda when it came out to email Andy Grant and complain, but they've been done.
Tower Road House.
Yeah, Tower Road, well, this is what I was going to say. So Tower Road potholes, we did push for them to get done and we asked others and it's been done. But what I will say is that if there are any more through the parish, please report them, or without trying to increase workloads, let us know and we'll report them too. Because if the pothole, there are more through the parish and we need to make sure that they are, because they are damaging. There's a lot of people for the Tower Road potholes. a lot of people lost tyres, and not only is that financially wrong, yes, it's also dangerous. It's also extremely dangerous. So,
Right.
so yeah, they've been done, but we won't stop there. We'll make sure that the potholes are kept on top of. Okay. So 11B, update on pedestrian crossing installation. Well, firstly, as you can see out there, it's coming along and progressing nicely. I do keep in contact with the guys on site on their daily. Well, no, I apologise, not daily. When I can, I go, and it's been reasonably every other day. I'm making sure the progress isn't stalling, and also if there's any issues that we need to know about, that's going to slow down. At the moment, they're on track. As I said, obviously at the moment, this is part of the whole thing. It will be, by the end of this week, the surfacing, what we're having in now, will be ended. And then what I've been told is that pretty much by Wednesday of next week, most of the works will be done. But if we assume to be a little realistic on the matter, I would say we'd look at next Friday and we should be finished. Okay, so the pedestrian crossing, pavements and the surfacing, everything should be finished by next Friday. Now that's not me as gospel, because obviously this is a highways project, it's down the highways where this finishes, but that's what I've been told. As I say, I will just say again, whilst the works have been going on, I'd just like to thank everybody for their understanding and patience with if you've been held up in traffic or the noise or anything that's been around. I'd just like to say thank you whilst this has been happening. Okay, going on to 10C. Okay, we're looking at improvements to footpath 6, FP6, which is probably right away. Keith, I'll bring you in. You mentioned this last year.
I suggested we did this under the parish partnership.
That's right. And at the time, we didn't have time or resources to be able to do it at that point.
I'll, if you wish, I produced a draft letter that I forwarded to the clerk in post at the time, requesting that was forwarded to highways, the highways engineer. Due to timescales, that never was, but I'm quite happy for that to go off, asking the question as to what can be done, and then we can perhaps consider this for the parish partnership this coming year.
As long as that's okay, Catherine, to move that on. Okay.
I'll forward the draft letter I put forward to Catherine, and then we can move that forward.
Okay.
Keep on the agenda.
One thing I don't know the full scale of what's, obviously last year's members fund. We still need a conversation with county councillor regarding what was there for last year. But I'm assuming there's a new members fund this year. Now, depending on what it's for infrastructure and highways. So
I was only going at the time. I was only going by the details to consider for anybody to consider the parish partnership scheme, and if we wanted to consider a trod footway along FP6, it advised that we should contact the highways engineer first.
yes,
to get their opinion on whether it's possible.
They'd have a survey, yeah, that's right.
So I think we just need to go back to that.
But start there and then see where the funding might come from, if it's a possibility. Okay, is everyone happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And so to revisit that, I think it's important. As been said before, it's it's one of the main paths in the village that's used, probably more heavier than any other. So,
Well, it's important because there aren't other footpaths.
and there's also the fact that during winter and autumn, it's become more waterlogged and flooded in places, and it's become slippery. And during the icy weather, it's become very slippery with ice in the puddles and stuff as well. And there has been parishioners actually asking if there could anything be done. I did ask them to email and direct to put their comments to us. Okay, so I'm happy to go forward with that and have a look into investigate what we can do, yeah? So, sorry, 10, sorry, apologies, I'm losing my space. That's D, and they're on to receive sound 2 report. And obviously they will go on.
Yeah, so I circulated it to all councillors, and that, like you say, that will go on the website now. So yeah, no problem.
And again, thanks for producing the sound 2 report. Appreciate it. Item 12, other matters. 12A is fallen tree at rented land, offer to clear up. Again, I'll ask you for
Okay. Whilst we worked with Paints Horticultural Services in installing the new gate, I had various discussions with them regards the position of various trees that have fallen in the rented land area, and also had conversations with the licensee, and the offer was made to clear just one tree in particular, which is on the northern side of the paddock lane, backing onto Tower Road, that has fallen and is likely to push other trees onto Tower Road, and the offer was made to clear that particular tree up free of charge.
Is it just that tree?
Just that tree at this moment in time.
Who was the offer by?
Sorry?
Who was the offer by?
The guy that did the
Paints
gate.
Horticultural Services.
Oh, the chap that works for...
So the guy that did the gate.
Right. I think we've got to be careful because of insurance problems.
Indeed.
Somebody going on there.
Insurance, but what?
Well,
It's not in, he is a qualified tree surgeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, but isn't he doing himself? He's not doing it through the company, is he?
Yes, he's doing
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's doing
It is him himself?
Yes.
Right,
Is it
yes.
the company?
Yeah.
As a
It's
company?
the company, not an individual. that
Oh,
they do.
right, I thought it was an individual.
No.
No.
They're questions, Bill.
Yeah. I think there's a number of trees you could look at.
I think there's, well, this comes under 12C as well, really. We need to have a serious look, because there are probably 8, maybe 12 trees in the area that have fallen in recent winds.
Well, there was before that, wasn't there?
And I think we need to pay particular attention to the boundaries, i.e. Tower Road, the fences into the village, and along Main Road as well. I know we have in which is under C, the intention is to get the horticultural engineer or officer from the Borough Council to come out, because back in 1991 there was a across the board TPO raised on all that land, including what is now the village, and individual trees were never identified. It's supposed to cover all trees, but in the last 30 years there are probably more trees in there now than there were when they originally issued the TPO. So we need to have a clear understanding of what trees are covered by the TPO.
I think I did say that too, didn't I, that we should have it looked at.
Okay, so
And I agree with, we should have it looked at.
okay, so can I ask for item A?
And
Well, no, let's do
Right.
it individually. Item A, so the one tree, the offer to remove one tree free of charge.
yes.
And this is by, and we know that it's a qualified
Yeah, so
Research.
it's painted
Yes.
horticultural, so yes, they would be coming on as their company and taking it away. So yeah, they do carry the necessary public liability insurances and risk assessments,
Mm.
obviously as part of their day-to-day work.